Hello everyone, I'm Justin Mott and welcome to the Photography Week in Review, where I dive into the photography stories that caught my eye from various online resources and I give you my 2 cents on them. Today I'll be discussing that viral Olympic surfing photo that you all know, and if you don't, you're gonna love it. I'll also be staying on topic and talking about another set of Olympic surfing photos that I found more intriguing, and I think you guys will too. And I'll end the episode with a quick diss on Adobe, just because they're extremely crappy to photographers. All right, first up, let's talk about that viral Olympic surfing photograph by Jerome Brouillet from AFP, Agency France Presse. If you haven't seen this yet, here it is. It's incredible. It's gone all over online. It went completely viral, and for good reason. Now, is this the most artistic shot ever? Maybe not, but what makes this photo so powerful is the moment it captures. Everything aligns perfectly. The surfboard, the athlete holding up the number 1, and even that pinkish shirt adds a pop of color that's just needed with all that blue. And the balance of the water, that little slice of the waves at the bottom of the frame just ties it all together. And the fact that it's the Olympics just takes it to a whole other level. It does. It's a great example in photography how capturing the right moment often outweighs technical perfection. Not that there's anything like technically wrong with this image, but the light is nice. It's not incredible like you're going to see in the other set of images I'm going to talk about. The composition's okay, but the moment is just at this level, and that's why it went viral, and the fact that it's the Olympics as well. In an interview with CBS, Jerome described it as a mix of luck, expertise, and preparation. I like that description. It's nice. Of course, a viral photo can't come without any scandal, and so a bunch of people obviously question the validity of this image, and that's just disappointing, but it's a sign of the times. People said, oh, that was done with AI. But personally, I'm confident that major news agencies like AFP did their due diligence in verifying the raw files. So, it's sad that people question it, but I get it. It's a sign of the times. It's good to question things, but it's not good to just blindly accuse people. But in our industry, a shot like this can be career defining. I mean, I'm sure he's already well accomplished, but this image is likely to lead to awards. That will lead to talks. That will lead to attention. That will lead to, I'm sure that'll lead to him being hired more in print sales. But it's also a great reminder of copyright usage and the value of what we do as photographers. So I hope he puts the value on his work that it deserves, because it does help all of us as an industry. It helps all of us as individual photographers. And someone in a situation like this leads by example. So I'm sure he will, but it's just a good reminder for all of us to make sure that we value our work. Now, of course, more money, more problems, even more scandal came on. Not scandal. I read an article on Petapixel, and they interviewed another acclaimed surf photographer. We looked at his work, and it's really solid. He critiqued the image, saying that shots like this are usually throwaways for most surf photographers. And maybe he had a point. It felt a little bit dismissive, especially given the context. I mean, it's the Olympics after all. Instead of knocking the photo, we should appreciate the attention it's brought to the industry, and just a reminder that we should be supporting each other. More love for photography, more love for all of us. So that said, I understand the frustration. It brings up a whole interesting debate, maybe a whole other episode. Sometimes often one iconic shot can elevate a photographer above others who may have a more substantial body of work. I don't know them and their comparative bodies of work, but it happens often in our industry, and I understand people's resentment, I understand frustration. It can happen. I mean, take something that I'm more familiar with, the conflict photography or documentary photography or photojournalism world. Look at the famous photo by Nick Ut from the Vietnam War. It's iconic. I mean, everybody knows that image, and it deserves it, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. But he gets way more attention than someone like James Noctway, who I feel has a stronger overall body of work throughout his entire career, even more powerful images as well. But that's just life, that's the industry, and that's part of it. And doesn't take away from Nick Ut's photo, but I understand the resentment from other photographers. I understand how it can happen. But I think overall we should all just be happy that more attention, more positive attention is coming into our industry, into our craft, into what we do. So sort of tying this all together, this fit perfectly that there also happened to be another set of images that went somewhat viral from the Olympics and from surfing as well. And these were shot underwater by photographer Ben Thouard. Sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. In my opinion, these are even better. Not to take away from Jerome's work, but this body of work, this series is much more impressive and much more in line with my taste in photography. So Ben was the only, from what I've read online, he was the only photographer accredited to be in the water during the Olympics surfing events. A major accomplishment on its own to be able to pull that off. So these underwater shots are on a whole different level artistically. The motion, the light, the composition, the color, and even the moments within that light, within that competition, are just unreal. These images are masterful, and the fact that they were taken at the Olympics adds even more gravitas to them. They're their own pieces of art individually, but even as a collection, it shows a very distinct style. And all shot, again, at the Olympics and in the elements, shot underwater. And I know I don't shoot like underwater like he does, but I've shot even at hotels in a controlled environment. It's hard. So bravo, amazing work, just incredible. Both, again, I'm not saying the other work doesn't deserve praise as well. I'm just showing you guys another take on it and sharing some other work that I feel also deserves a lot of attention. And I'll end today's photography week in review with a quick rant about Adobe. I read an article on F-stoppers about the US government suing Adobe over a confusing cancellation process and hidden fees. Read the whole article. It's not a great look for Adobe, especially when they've already built a reputation for exploiting photographers. I keep seeing these articles pop up in my feed, and honestly, it's frustrating. Adobe doesn't seem to give back to the industry at all. The industry, the people, the photographers that support it. And I keep saying I'm gonna quit you. I'm gonna quit Lightroom, and I'm gonna quit Photoshop. And I hate to admit I haven't yet, but it's time for me to seriously consider Capture One. I mean, I use cruelty-free products because I'm an animal person, so I should also use cruelty-free products in my photography. And I feel like Adobe's kind of cruel to photographers. I just do. There's just too many breadcrumbs, there's too many articles, there's too many things that show a lack of respect for photographers. So that's it for today's episode. This is a new series, so if you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks to F-stoppers and Petapixel and other photography platforms where I find these stories from. I do my best to credit them. If you have topics you want me to cover, drop them in the comment section. I read that, I engage, I like to know, so put your ideas in there. And if you want to have a dialogue, do so. Just be nice about it. And don't forget to support the photographers I mentioned today. Give them some love on Instagram. I'll include their links in the description box below. For those of you interested in one-on-one photography classes, I offer various packages on my website for all skill levels and all ages. Visit askmott.com. If you're up for an adventure, check out my Vietnam workshop this December. There are still a few slots left, only 5 participants only. All that information is linked in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to have a wonderful day.